If you are an author, you should be networking, and you can use networking as a way to promote your book. If we haven't met before, I'm Jill Celeste. I'm the founder of Virtual Networkers, one of the first virtual networking organizations for women entrepreneurs. And there are many authors in Virtual Networkers too, and I have seen some really cool ways that they have promoted their books. So I'm going to share with you 4 tips on how you can promote your books at a networking meeting, whether it's virtual or in person. So my first tip, make sure your book is on hand, whether that's in person or virtual. Bring it with you if it's an in-person event. Have it behind you. You can see mine up here. Have it in the Zoom lens so that people can see that you have a book. Prop it up on the table if you're in person, but bring it with you. Have it there so people know, even if you never talk about it during the entire networking meeting, they will know you're an author. It's a bit subtle, but it's a super effective way to promote your book during a networking meeting. The second thing you can do is to talk about your book in your 30-second introduction. So you could have a 30-second introduction that's just about your book or your author career, or you can include just saying, I'm the author of, in your introduction. So if you decide to go the first route where you're going to talk about your book in the 30-second introduction, just be clear about who the book is for so that the person who's listening will know if the book is for them, or maybe they have a friend they can recommend it to. But you can just keep it very simple. You can say, I'm Jill Celeste. I'm the author of Loud Woman and That First Client and the founder of Virtual Networkers. It doesn't take much time when you're doing that in your 30-second introduction, so be sure to include that. If you are allowed to give announcements, and goes into my third tip, if you're allowed to go into announcements in your meeting, then you can announce your book. You could talk about your book, even if it's not brand new. You just want to make sure you have a very clear call to action anytime you do an announcement. So for books, it could be buy my book. It could be tell a friend about my book. You could even ask for reviews if you know people in the room have read your book. These are, again, really easy ways to keep your book top of mind, promoting your book and inviting people to come check it out if they haven't heard about it before. And my last tip is, depending on the networking meeting, you may have an opportunity to get on the speaker schedule. So Virtual Networkers, we have speakers. I know a lot of organizations invite speakers from within the organization to speak. So if this is an availability to you, take advantage of it. Whether you're fiction or nonfiction, you can create a compelling and educational presentation based on your book or based on your writing journey. And then you could tell people that you're the author of such a book and explain how they can get it. This really drives home, especially if you're a nonfiction author, the content of your book. It really piques the listener's attention because you can only do so much in that 15 to 20-minute presentation, but you can say, hey, if you want more of this, go get my book from Amazon or bookshop.org, and that will continue that conversation, and you never know where that could lead. So these are just 4 quick ways you can add book promotion to your networking experience, but authors, get out there and network. It's a viable and important way for you to promote your book. And if you haven't checked out Virtual Networkers, where we have so many authors, come check us out at virtualnetworkers.biz. We'd be delighted to have you come to one of our meetings. So I'm rooting for you. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon.